1.6 million homes in Florida are sitting completely vacant. A very interesting dynamic here because what we're seeing is 9.5 million overall households. We're seeing over 1,000 people a day move into Florida, and they're coming from expensive places like New York and California where rents are $2,500 to $3,500, $4,000 a month, and they're paying 10 or 12 or 13% in income tax. They move to a place like Florida with no income tax, and it's a lot more affordable with a better lifestyle. And we're seeing a lot of corporations doing this. They're coming here and they're taking advantage of those benefits. Plus, there's a great pool of talent in many of these markets to hire. So we're seeing a lot of attention go here, but something unique could be happening, and I'm not quite sure yet. So if you have, let's say, 17% of all households that are completely vacant, and you have markets like Tampa and Miami where rents are going up 30, 35%, which is about 10 years worth of rent appreciation inside of a single year, what could happen here? Let's say, for example, you are a private equity company, or you are you're controlling $50 billion in cash, hypothetically, or $100 billion in cash. And the person to the right of you, one of your friends, is doing the same thing. And a couple of your other buddies, everyone together at the table, they're controlling $100 billion each, right? Let's say, for example, you guys go out there and you say, hey, we're going to take a loss on cash flow. We're going to take a loss on these taxes, but we're going to go out there and acquire a lot of properties, and we're just going to hold them, and we are going to build out a false sense of demand across rental properties, which is ultimately going to continue driving rents up. And then as mortgage rates continue to rise, affordability comes down, and then at that very moment when we're also seeing at that same time insurance premiums going from, I was reading an article today where it was going from $900 to $1,900 in a single year. What we could ultimately do is we could then list our properties for rent, taking away the demand from these rentals, and then ultimately those property owners that acquired these assets over the last couple of years and refinanced them are sitting on properties that are bleeding. They're no longer cash flowing. So what are they going to do? They're either going to sell these properties, or banks are going to be liquidating this because they're sitting on bad debt, right? And so the big move here, it wouldn't be for, let's say, the people at the table controlling $500 billion in cash to go out there and just compete with every other market player, going out there just buying whatever is on Zillow or whatever is on LoopNet. They're going to sit there and ask themselves strategically, what's the best way for us to get the biggest bang for our buck and spread out our money the most? And that's likely going to be the way. I wonder, are we seeing a big situation of market manipulation? Are we going to see a rug pull situation? Why else are 1.6 million homes sitting completely vacant out of 9.5 million? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about it. Hit that plus sign.